Hey, what if I told you that 3 simple foods, grown right here in Florida, could help you feel as strong and vibrant at 75 as you did at 55? Sounds like a dream, right? Well, stick with me, because I'm about to share a little Sunshine State secret that's changing lives for seniors in Miami, Tampa, and beyond. Living in Florida is a gift. The warm sun, the ocean breeze, and those endless retirement community activities. But let's be real, as we hit our 70s, keeping our energy up and our muscles strong can feel like a battle. I've seen it with my own dad, who moved to the villages and thought his fishing days were over. That is, until he discovered these 3 Florida foods that turn things around. Let me take you on a quick journey to show you how they work. Step 1, Florida oranges, the energy booster. Let's kick things off with fruit that's practically the heartbeat of Florida, the sun-kissed, juicy orange. If you've ever driven down Highway 27 past the sprawling orange groves of Central Florida, you know these aren't just any oranges. They're bursting with flavor and a kind of magic that screams Sunshine State. Now, I can hear you thinking, an orange? Really? That's just my morning juice. But hold on, because Florida oranges are so much more than a breakfast sidekick. They're like a little battery pack for your body, especially when you're over 70 and those energy dips start creeping in. These beauties are loaded with vitamin C, antioxidants, and natural sugars that give you a gentle, sustained boost without the crash of coffee overload. Why does that matter? Because the CDC says vitamin C isn't just rewarding off sniffles. It helps repair muscle tissue, boosts collagen for flexible joints, and fights fatigue so you can keep up with that morning walk in Tampa or a lively pickleball match in the villages. I'll never forget meeting Betty, a 78-year-old firecracker from Miami's Coral Gables. She pulled me aside at a community center salsa night and said, "Honey, my secret to dancing past midnight? A glass of fresh squeezed Florida orange juice every morning." I laughed, thinking she was joking, but Betty was dead serious. She'd been feeling sluggish for years, barely able to get through her daily errands until a nutritionist friend told her to lean into oranges. 6 months later, she's twirling on the dance floor like she's 50. Science backs her up. A 2021 study from the National Institutes of Health found that seniors with higher vitamin C intake had 30% less fatigue and better muscle recovery. That's not just a number. It's the difference between sitting on the sidelines and chasing your grandkids along St. Pete Beach. Picture this. You're in your cozy Miami condo, the sun just peeking over the horizon, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. You slice open a Florida orange, the sweet citrus scent filling the air, and take a sip of fresh juice. It's not just a drink. It's like pouring a little piece of Florida's sunshine into your soul, fueling you for a day of gardening, volunteering, or just soaking up the retirement life. Ever wonder what it feels like to wake up with that kind of zest again? Here's a pro tip. Skip the store-bought stuff and head to a farmer's market in Orlando or Naples. Those local oranges are fresher, sweeter, and make you feel like you're a part of Florida's heartbeat. Try eating one orange or drinking a small glass of juice daily. It's a tiny habit that can spark a big change. And if you're feeling fancy, toss some orange slices into a salad for a zesty twist. What's stopping you from grabbing an orange and starting today? Step 2, Gulf Grouper, the muscle builder. Now, let's take a little trip to the Gulf Coast for a fish that's as Floridian as a sunset over Clearwater Beach. Gulf Grouper. This isn't just any seafood you find on a menu at a Tampa Bay restaurant. It's a flaky, delicious powerhouse that can help you keep your muscles strong well into your 70s and beyond. I know what you're thinking. Fish? I'm no bodybuilder. But hear me out. Gulf Grouper is packed with high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, the kind of nutrients that act like a personal trainer for your muscles. Why does that matter when you're over 70? Because our muscles start to play hide and seek as we age, making it harder to carry groceries, climb stairs, or even cast a fishing line. A Mayo Clinic study found that seniors who get enough protein can slow muscle loss by up to 20%, which means more strength to do the things you love, like golfing the villages or dancing at a Miami wedding. Let me tell you about my neighbor Tom, an 80-year-old who's practically a legend in our St. Petersburg community. A couple of years ago, Tom was ready to hang up his golf clubs for good. His arms felt weak, and he could barely swing without wincing. I sat him down one day and said, "Tom, you gotta try Gulf Grouper." He looked at me like I was .comma, but he started grilling grouper twice a week, with just a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of herbs, the way they do at waterfront shacks in Tampa. 6 months later, Tom's back on the golf course, walking the fairways without a cart, with a grin wider than the Gulf itself. "I feel like I'm 60 again," he told me, and I believe him. That's the power of grouper. It's not just food, it's fuel for independence. And here's the bonus. Those omega-3s in grouper also reduce inflammation, so those achy joints from years of gardening or tennis might just quiet down a bit. Picture this. You're 72, standing on a pier in Key West, the salty breeze in your hair, reeling in a fish with your grandkids, all because you've got the strength to keep going. Every bite of grouper is building that power. Not a chef? No worries. I'm no Gordon Ramsay either, but even I can toss a grouper fillet on the grill and feel like a Florida hero. Next time you're at a seafood market in St. Petersburg or Tarpon Springs, grab some grouper and ask the vendor for their easiest recipe. They always have a foolproof one. And here's a little chuckle for you. I'm not saying grouper will turn you into a bodybuilder at 75, but it might just get you through that Zumba class at the senior center without needing a nap. What's stopping you from firing up the grill and giving it a try? Step 3. Florida Avocados, the heart protector. Let's wrap up with Florida treasure that's as smooth and inviting as a Gulf Coast breeze. The Florida avocado. These aren't the tiny, hard avocados you might find elsewhere. They're big, buttery, and grown right in the sunny backyards of Miami and Naples. You might be thinking, avocados? Aren't those just for hipster toast? Oh, my friend, let me set you straight. Florida avocados are a heart-healthy superpower, especially when you're over 70 and want to keep your ticker strong and your joint happy. These green gems are packed with monounsaturated fats, the good kind that act like a loving hug for your cardiovascular system. Harvard Medical School research shows these fats lower bad cholesterol and reduce inflammation, which means less creaky knees and a heart ready to power you through a day of gardening or a sunset stroll in St. Pete Beach. I'll never forget my friend Maria, a 74-year-old Spitfire from the Villages who could outwalk me any day. When I asked her secret, she grinned and said, "My avocado toast is my morning medicine." I laughed, thinking she was pulling my leg, but Maria was serious. She'd been struggling with stiff hips and high cholesterol, feeling like her active days were slipping away. Then a dietitian friend suggested Florida avocados, and now Maria's spreading them on whole grain toast or blending them into smoothies like it's her job. 6 months later, she's not just keeping up with her walking group, she's leading it with a spring in her step that'd make anyone jealous. And there's more. Avocados are loaded with potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure, a must for dodging those Florida summer heat waves that can sneak up on you. A 2022 study from the American Heart Association found that seniors eating healthy fats like those in avocados had a 15% lower risk of heart issues. That's not just a stat. It's the freedom to dance at your grandkids' wedding without worrying about your heart. Picture this. You're sitting at a cafe in Miami's Coconut Grove, the ocean breeze ruffling your hair, spreading creamy avocado on warm toast. Every bite feels like a gift to your heart, a little promise that you'll keep thriving in Florida's golden years. Not into toast? Toss avocado slices into a salad, blend them into a smoothie, or scoop them straight from the skin with a pinch of salt. It's that easy. I once saw a 76-year-old at a Naples farmer's market swear by avocado smoothies for his arthritis, carrying 2 bags of groceries like he was 50. Worried about the fat? Don't be. It's the kind that keeps you twirling at the senior center instead of watching from the sidelines. Next time you're at Publix or a market in Naples, grab a Florida avocado and ask yourself, why not give my heart a little love today? So, there you have it. 3 Florida foods that can keep you strong, vibrant, and ready for whatever your retirement throws at you. Oranges, grouper, and avocados aren't just food. They're your ticket to feeling younger, longer. What's one food you love that keeps you going in your 70s? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps us bringing more tips to help you thrive in Florida's golden years. Share this with a friend in Miami or Tampa who needs a health boost. And let's keep the conversation going in the comments. See you in the next video.